Go ahead, play, Martin.
Gotta get there.
I'll be still by they want to go. The name of the place where you go.
Gotta get there.
Gotta get there. And listen, it's your boy Lion, class of 2009. It's been a minute, it's been a while, but ain't nothing that can bring me out the shadows like a SWAC championship, okay? So I did not, would not, dare not allow this day to go by without reminding y'all that Atlanta is the land of the purple, and gold. And what color? Gold. And it's like purple, you said purple,
and gold.
And gold. Listen, guys. We back with another episode. The live show with your boy Lionel. Had to bring my co-host, Mr. Kerry, along for the ride because listen, y'all thought we was done. You thought that we was only a football school. Oh, listen. You thought we was only a football school, but you fooled yourself, didn't you? You fooled yourself in thinking that we was a one-hit wonder. Oh, no, sir, no, ma'am. We run the SWAC. Oh, we run the SWAC. And when I say we run the SWAC, I'm talking about I'm talking about the whole conference. I'm talking about every sport. I'm talking about every crevice, every cranny, whatever you talking about, I'm talking about that. We run the whole thing, okay? We run the whole entire thing. But Mr. Mickens, we got a little time today. Man, how you been, man? Because we've been gone for a minute. We've been trying to let y'all rest because listen, we champions. We don't worry about the regular stuff, okay? You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Mickens, how you been?
Oh, getting old. I thought we were off too long. It felt like 2 years, but I enjoyed watching all the other podcasters pump up everybody but PV. And I noticed they don't talk about softball or baseball either. But they were talking basketball because certain podcasters, I think the last time they posted was the beginning of the basketball tournament. and there was no mention of PV.
Hey, listen, listen, we're the Black Panthers. See, I tried to told y'all, okay, on Twitter, I tried to warn y'all, when we wear the Black Panther black, it's on and popping. There's nothing and nobody that can handle us when we wear that Black Panther black. Okay. I tried to told you, and I tried to let y'all know what was up and what it was, right? You know what I'm saying? So people been hiding, Mr. Mickens. They've been hiding for a while. It's like they've been real sad. You know, they don't wanna come out the shadows. They
They
don't
don't
want to
talk
do
to
no
us no
shows.
more.
They don't
Getting
want to talk
blocked
about
on,
nothing.
getting
I
blocked
mean,
on Twitter.
we done made them real sad.
Yeah. And unlike
We done
other
made them.
people, we had people hurt in the SWAC championship too. And we still hung in there. But other people say, this person was nicked up, that person was
That's a new
nicked.
excuse. That's a new excuse. Oh, injury's a new excuse. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't know. I'm not up on the latest excuse out here in the world. I mean, look, I don't worry about excuses. I just win championships. I don't worry about excuses. So I'm confused about what the latest excuse trend is out here, right? So one of you other people from these other programs will have to let me know what the new and latest excuse is out here. Y'all wearing excuses around like it's a new shirt, okay? It's like, y'all wearing it around like it's a new shirt, like it's a new trend, like it's some new socks that came out. Y'all just putting on excuses, taking off excuses. We don't wear excuses at Prairie University. We just make it work. We just figure it out and get the job done. That's what we do. That's what we do.
See, you pretending like you don't know what the new excuse is.
Oh, what the new excuse is? Let me know.
The whole SWAC was down in basketball.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Listen, the whole conference down in everything. The conference is down in every single entire sport. That's all I know. They're down in everything. I mean, the SWAC is so sorry, y'all. Like, they're so bad. These teams are so bad. I'm like, is anybody gonna give us any competition? I mean, Alabama A&M. I mean, it's like we playing a money game. I had to call AD Golf to make sure we didn't pay them no money for that SWAC tournament game. I had to call him and say, did we send him a check? Did we send him a check for that game? Even the Southern game, I'm like, did we give them money for this game? But they wrong. At the end, I was like, okay, good. We ain't sending no money. It wasn't no money game, right? But the Alabama A&M game, I thought we had to put up some money for that game.
They wore the wrong color blue. That was the excuse.
They got too much blue. It's too much blue out here. You know what I'm saying? Amanda, what's going on with you, ma'am? You know what I'm saying? Thanks for joining us this evening. You're in on the live show. Listen, it's been a while. It's been a while. We just got so much going. And listen, you know what the bad thing about this, Mr. Mickens, is? Softball ain't even finished with their season yet. They definitely about to win the SWAC West easy. And then listen, they are so hyped right now to get back to the SWAC tournament to finish what they started, because they are upset that they didn't three-peat. Okay, so we talking about volleyball winning the regular season title, talking about football winning the SWAC championship, we talking about basketball winning the SWAC tournament championship. Softball already mad that they ain't win no championship last year. So we already know it's about to happen.
They playing.
We already know it's about to happen there. And listen, the women track and field team been upset because of the indoor. So the outdoor season, they ready to go. I'm just saying we might end up with 4, 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. You remember the whole Heat thing. Listen, we there right now. Okay, we already on number 3. And all I'm trying to say is the 4th one's on the way. We just waiting on the time to get there. Okay, right. The 4th one's on the way. We just waiting on the time to get there. But listen, this basketball season is things up and down. Again, I want to just thank everybody in the chat, man. Listen, softball is up next, bro. If you don't understand, I don't think people understand too, right? Softball, probably the best pitcher in softball last year was at UAPB. That young lady is a Lady Panther right now. I just need y'all to understand. We went out and said, listen, we got an issue that we need to solve, and we're going to solve it immediately. And Coach Lane went out and got the best pitcher in the SWAC and brought her on over to the hill. Because she's trying to win championships too. So we got the lineup. We still brought the MVP back from last year, by the way. Like we brought the MVP back from last year. We got the bats up and down the lineup already. Yeah, now we got the pitcher. Come on, man. Listen, I'm trying to told y'all, fall winter, spring. It's not, listen, no season can keep us from winning championships except the summer because we don't play in that season. That's the only season we're going to stop winning championships because we don't play in that season. We don't play in that season. That's the only time we're going to stop winning championships. Stop. Listen. Hey, man, but we got to talk about this basketball season. You know, it was a really, and the Commissioner Cup, you already know. Jared, back to the hill we go. Back to the hill we go. Hey, listen, the Commissioner Cup, we might as well go and wrap that up. You know what I'm saying? We might as well go and wrap that up. You know what I'm saying? We might as well wrap that up. And listen, I just want to say before we get into it, man, shouts out to Deion Sanders. Shout out to Coach Prime, man, for giving us the blueprint. One thing that we went up there and asked him was, hey, how do you win football and basketball championship in the same year? And he literally laid it out for us. And as you see, we got it done. So I just want to say shouts out to Deion Sanders for the blueprint, okay? Listen, the reason I had blue on was really just to give a shout out to him today because I was like, man, I want to wear my purple and gold, but I'm like, I got to show love to Coach Deion Sanders because I don't know if we'd have all three without him, but it's because of him and because of his blueprint that we're here today. So shouts out to the blueprint, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Prime, shouts out to Coach Sanders for laying it out for us, man. And listen, that's why we here and y'all there. That's why y'all hoping. That's why y'all wishing. That's why y'all scratching and trying to figure out what in the world is going on. And I want to say, I know we ain't gotten to the basketball yet. Listen, before we get into the basketball, because I saw on Twitter too, you know, shouts out to Mr. Campbell. But you know, I know my guy, Mr. Campbell, likes the twist and turns thing. You know what I'm saying? Around. So I'm coming on here because I know they about to do their show right now too. So I'm gonna tell you the twist and turn that he about to do, okay? Because he came on and said, man, this is PV's best athletic year in history, right? And I challenged him and said, you're just talking, okay? You're just talking. The podcast just talking. Ain't even done no research. You just talking, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, his response to me, because I'm telling you, I just walk it down because they like to twist and turn stuff, okay? Now, he said, show me from the 1970s when y'all have done thus and so. And see, I just want to point that out, put a pinpoint there because did he first acknowledge and say, since the 1970s, this has been the best PV athletic year? Or did he say, this has been the best Prairie athletic year in history? Last time I checked, he said it's the best year in history. And see, it's interesting that every time we start having a conversation about Prairie View, there starts to be timelines and start to be delineation of what years we talking about, what years we not talking about, what area we talking about, what area we not talking about. I don't care about none of what y'all talking about. I'm talking about we talking about, okay? So until you eclipse 1964, you can't talk to me about best athletic year, okay? Because again, we was dominant. We was dominant in the 50s and 60s across multiple sports. So let's keep it clear. Let's be clear and let's be plain. So I know he about to go jump through all these hoops to try to prove that he was right, but he not. He wrong, okay? And make sure y'all ask him, show me another time that a school in the SWAC has won a volleyball, basketball, and football championship in the same year. I'm not asking about women's bowling. I'm not asking about women's softball, okay? Volleyball, basketball, and football, because that's what the conversation was on. Jumping over hoops and twist and turn and try to say, oh, well, I was just talking about, no. I'm correct and show us the data. Show us the data, right? Because all they can give me right now is Jackson State from 2021. I ain't got no other school. So when you come on and try to talk about, yes, this PV's best athletic year since 1970, you need to be a little bit more clearer. This is one of the best athletic years in the SWAC history since 1970. Because you can't even show me but one other school that did this. It ain't even relegated just to the great and illustrious Prairie University. It's the whole entire SWAC. The whole entire SWAC. Because you can't even show me but one of the programs that did it. And by the way, they did it in a year where really, you know what I'm saying, COVID championship, it really was, they shared the basketball championship with us that year. So it wasn't even no outright
we
title.
wasn't mad that
Let's
year.
be clear about that, right? That wasn't even no outright title year. But I ain't even gonna trip on that. I'm gonna give you that one. But show me, where's the other ones? So then when you talking about it, you need to talk about it as what it is. It ain't just one of the best Prairie athletic years. Not the best year in Prairie history, by the way, like I said, 1964. But it's been one of the best athletic years in SWAC history since the 1970s. That's talking about Southern. We talking about Graham. Talking about UAPB. Talking about Texas Southern. Talking about Jackson State. Talking about Alabama State. Alabama. We talking about all the schools. It's one of the best athletic years, period. In the SWAC. Let's be clear. So let's talk what it is. But now, one of the reasons one of the best athletic years in all the SWAC is because of what happened, man, and Coach Byron Smith and the men's basketball team, what they just did over these last few weeks. Now, Coach Mickens, listen, Mr. Carey, it didn't just start with the SWAC tournament. It actually started before the tournament, man. You know, we went through a lull for a while, right? We lost 7 out of 8. And listen, Coach Smith even acknowledged it during the season. He felt the heat, right? He felt the heat from Prairie University, right? He felt the heat. And listen, people can say what they want to say about Prairie View, about the fan base and all this other stuff, right? The reality is Prairie View fans, Prairie View alum, Prairie View supporters, people who support this program, who love this program, who want to see it be what it is, the greatness that it could be, they was putting pressure on Coach Smith, on the basketball program, on AD Golf, and saying, we need to make a move. If we cannot be competitive, we cannot get the job done. And listen, Coach Smith acknowledged that during the season, right? He acknowledged he felt that, right? He pushed back and said also, hey, I need you to support this program, support these players, regardless of what's going on, right? He had that pushback too in general as well. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I want to say first and foremost, this is what fan engagement looks like. This is what support to program looks. When we talk about what a fan base and what support and what engagement looks like, it looks like pushing back and saying, hey, no, we're going to push you to be great. We want to push you to be the best that you can be. That may not mean a championship every year, right? But it does mean, man, we want to be competitive, right? And obviously this man's team heard that noise. Coach Smith, the coaches heard that noise, man, and proved what we already knew they were, which was a championship pedigree coach. He's won 3 before, and he's come back and he's done it again and solidified that, no, I am still what I have shown you before. I'm a championship level.
Okay, championship level. Stop you right there, though.
Go ahead, Mr. Mickens.
Once again, who was the one that got laughed at after I went to a couple practices and said he could do some stuff with this team? Just like I did with football. And people said, nope, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, nope, this time he recruited a team that can run the defense he liked. He had to make some adjustments during the year because you're right. There were some people that thought was going to do some things, and then he waited till he found out who had that in him. And once he made a couple changes around and got some people back that were injured, but the team I saw before the season during practice is what showed up in the tournament. But everybody told me I didn't know what I was talking about. But I was like, no, I seen them. So they did how they played toward the end of the year is how I remember seeing them play each other during practice. It was like they were into the past couple teams played a little more individual. These teams played together. So you guys, that's what I saw that was different. You know, during practice, they actually checked in with Coach Smith and said, hey, that didn't run quite like how we thought. What do you think? And he would come out there and make some tune-ups and say, you should have been here. Why didn't you stay with the ball? You know, different things like that. I'm no real basketball coach, but it was just mechanically and attitude-wise, the team seemed different. And they really grinded out. And when nobody believed in them, they turned around and believed in each other. Just like the football team. Nobody wanted to believe in them, and certain people, you know, openly prayed that they would lose on the air. I'm going to find that clip. And because they did not want them to go. I don't think anybody in the SWAC wanted either the football team or the basketball team to go to Atlanta. They were just like, I don't care if they taking all the basketball teams. Y'all shouldn't go. Well, come on down and y'all just lose real quick and go home. That's what everybody's attitude was toward PV.
That is facts, right? The Prairie View Invitational now, though. That's what it is. The Prairie View Invitational. No longer the TSU Invitational. But I'm with you, man. One thing we talked about the last few years was just the size. Size difference with the team. And one of the issues we've had over the past few years has been, for example, rebounding, right? And being able to guard in the post. We really just didn't have the guys to where we're able to do what we saw them do this tournament was, be able to switch everything. Well, you can switch everything when you have a little bit better size. We just really just didn't have the size at the end of the day, right? The last few years. But this team,
fairness to coach, though, Lionel, in fairness to coach. Even Valley had more money than we did as far as NIL to get a player. So what he did, he made an adjustment, though. He couldn't get the biggest post. He just made the guards bigger.
That was the thing, though. The issue was really the guards. It wasn't necessarily right. Yeah, you want bigger bodies down low for sure. But the issue was that you had a lot of smaller guards. And so, man, when you switch, you have extreme
like you wanted to.
Yeah. We're talking about extreme mismatches. We're not talking about like 6'3", 6'4" guard, right? We may be talking about literally a 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" guards that got a lot of playing time over the last couple of years. And regardless of how, where they helped us at the end of the day on the defensive side of things, which had always been Coach Smith's biggest thing is defense, right? Winning by playing solid defense. We just wasn't able to really get over that hump because of the defensive side of things. But this year, the first thing that we talked about in the offseason coming into the season was when we looked at the roster was the size differential across the board. We were bigger across the board. It didn't mean that, oh, man, we got 4 guys 6'11", right? But it meant like, man, we got multiple guys we got a couple guys at 6'8", we got 6'7", 6'6" guys. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of bigger guards, a lot of bigger guys than it was over the last few years, right? And so, that's one thing that we're able to see and able to do, right, is have that size difference, right, on this team. And so, but again, even with that, we saw some good, we saw some bad through the year, right? We saw the LSU game, where we were in that game throughout the game early in the season, right? Had a chance to win that. Had a couple other out-of-conference games that were in the game, wasn't able to bring it out right and close, right? Remember the game against North Texas, for example. So we saw this team play very well early on. Again, it was like, man, can we keep this momentum and keep that going throughout the season? And I want to remind people, early on in the SWAC schedule, at one point, I believe we were 3-1 at one point, 3-1 or 4-1, right? Early on in the season. And we were listed. I remember seeing different podcasts, different sports shows, right? Platforms put out their list of D1 programs, of SWAC schools, their top 10 at that time. We were listed as the number 1 team at that time, in that moment. And so this team has had the ability all throughout the year. I never saw this as a team in the past that didn't have a chance. I remember some offline conversation, right, with different alums. We're saying, hey, listen, this team got a shot. This year, especially in the SWAC, is a lot of SWAC teams that are in that mix. It's not, you don't look around and say, man, there's any one SWAC team to say, man, by far. Yeah. Now, I know Bethune-Cookman will come look back and say, man, if injuries didn't bite us, they would think that this season could be a lot different. And I give them that. That's probably the one team that you look and they feel like they can have that conversation. But overall, when you look across the board with these SWAC schools, right, there was no team that you say, man, you feel scared against them, right? You know what I'm saying? So even when you look, we finished 8 in the conference. Then we went out. Hello, you see me?
Can't see you, but I can hear you. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
I don't know what happened with the screen. I see the screen went black.
Yeah, that's what it did on my end too. I said, did I do that? Okay, I see it a little bit.
That was weird.
I've never seen it do that. That's a good one.
That was weird. But anyway, so like I was saying, guys, when we look at even a year and how the year went, how the year finished, this was always a team that was in the mix. Even when we finished 8th this year, at 9-9. The truth was we were 2 games behind the second and third seed, which were both 11-7.
Yes,
So
right.
this year in the SWAC, there wasn't a big gap between all of these teams like it has been sometimes in previous years, right? And so that's one thing that I think was very much different this year. And I think that we have to, consider that when we talk about this team. We always have had the ability to win. We played Bethune-Cookman early in the year. Very close game. I think the only 2 games this year where we were kind of not in the game throughout, I believe it was the Alabama A&M game and the Alabama State games, right? I don't know what it was for the Alabama team this year, right, in the regular season. All the other regular season games, we're in the games. Even the games we lost, we were in all of the games, right? We just didn't pull them through. And so we went on a little lull, lost 7 or 8 at one period of time. And I know at that time, right, that's when people really was feeling like, man, I think it's time to move on. I think it's time to maybe go in a different direction. But they were able to find their footing at the end of this year, able to start making some things work, went on a winning streak to close out the year, and then guess what? Started to go on a run in the SWAC tournament. And so, obviously, firstly, had Alcorn and dealt with it again. Alcorn was a team that early in the year we lost to them by 2 points, right, in Alcorn, but we were able to handle them at the end of the year at home and beat them by double digits. And so, again, you saw a team in Alcorn that we don't have any fear that we can't play against Alcorn. We were able to take care of business there. You also then went and played up against Bethune-Cookman. Well, guess what? Bethune-Cookman, I think there was a 3-point game we lost to Bethune-Cookman, right? And again, it was neck and neck all throughout the game, all the way down to the wire. Nobody would have a fear that we can't play against a Bethune-Cookman, right? So I took care of Bethune-Cookman, and the beauty of it was because we beat the number 1 seed, Bethune, again, was set up where they had the best route in the tournament. So when we switched places with them, guess what? We got we didn't have to play the next day, but Florida A&M Southern had to play. I'm sorry, who played the next? Alabama A&M played Texas Southern the next day, and then we got to play Alabama A&M the day after, right? And then they went into overtime. But guess what? It was because Bethune was supposed to be in that spot. They were the number 1 seed. So we basically swapped with them after we beat them, and now we had a great schedule set up for us to go and close out the tournament. Of course, big leads against Alabama A&M, big leads against Southern, of course, will allow them to get back in the game. And I kind of had that feeling like, man, when you go up a lot, and you kind of just start watching the clock, start to try to figure out how you can just get through the end, man. It takes a little bit out of you. But, Mr. Mickens, what was your thoughts as you kind of watched the tournament unfold from game 1 to game 2 to the semifinal game, championship? What was your thoughts as you kind of watched the team?
When I watched our team, they seem to step it up to tournament level type of play. Now, the one thing I did see is you didn't have just one guy that performed. If they, would key in on Dante, somebody else would pick it up. Sometimes we beat you in the paint if we had to. And the thing that surprised me in the last game is I saw Southern go lights out with the 3-pointer on other people. And our defense adjusted to the point to where the 3-point shot from Southern didn't affect us like I saw it do other teams in their other games. So that was one of the things that I noticed, that the defense seemed to change based off of what Coach Smith seemed to have scouted and saw about the upcoming opponent.
No, for sure, and I think the defense, man, really is what made the game change throughout this tournament. And Sid, I saw you. If you jump back on, I can get you on, Sid. I saw you jump in the chat for a second. But yeah, it really was the defense, man, and them being able to go and be able to switch everything. When he was able to change and make that a strategy, you can see how it really bothered a lot of teams. A whole lot of teams got bothered. Yeah.
And I think the way they also shared the ball was causing some issues too. And when they needed to, they would switch from trying to drive and dish off to going to isolation and letting Horn slice to the basket. And that was causing the team's problems as well.
Yeah, and I think also, one big thing, and and he was rewarded at the end of this tournament by being recognized on the all tournament team. But Lance Williams, though, the last few years, man, he's been a scorer. He's been a guy who can put the ball in the basket. But on this team, he was not the number one option, right? I mean, earlier in the year, you had Joseph, right? That kind of took that role, and then as the season progressed and kept going, Dante Horn kind of stepped up and started to really show that he really was that guy, right? Especially after Joseph got hurt, he really, really took on that role, and it kind of kept going that way, which was just such a blessing for the team because you had a major piece that was out, because of the injury, but yet you still had a guy there who can really go get it, and Dante Horn, man, and so. But Lance Williams, man, I can't say enough about him. I can't say enough about him, man. And he was really recognized, right? By being on the first team All SWAC tournament team. Let me get you. Go ahead. Get me on stage, Mr. Mickens. I'm gonna add. Go ahead, man. You're in the stream, man. We can hear you. I know you was also at the game, man. Got to hold a trophy too.
Yeah, he got to hold the trophy. We
were told we were going to take pictures with trophies, but we didn't know it was multiple trophies.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Doing good. Listen, Mr. Jimmy.
A huge HBCU fan here. I'm actually a graduate of Clark Atlanta University, which is in the SIAC, but I get to check out the SWAC and the MEAC growing up in Florida as much as possible. But I just want to say you guys are doing a great job over here. And I tried to call the phone number in the top right corner, but it goes to some sort of I don't know, that number don't work.
Oh, yeah, we don't have the call lines up right now. We're just using the StreamYard. But we appreciate you for jumping on the StreamYard, man. And then you say, what you say you joined us? You said CIAC?
SIAC. I played in the SIAC. I went to Clark Atlanta University. That's what Morehouse and back in the day used to be Savannah State, Miles. Anyways, long story short, real quick, your co-host's name, I didn't catch his name.
Kerry Mickens, Prairie View class of 86.
Well, Mr. Mickens, let me tell you something. I've been watching you on here, and I never knew your real name because I just didn't see it up here. But, when I was a kid, I watched you on all the reruns and said, do you ever still wear that hat or say dynamite, or do you get you sick of all that?
That's hilarious.
Hey, I'm old enough to have done that.
I just want to tell you, I think the show really stunk after they killed James off. He was a good father. They didn't want to see a black family with a father. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is hilarious.
Now, real quick here, I see you got your little one there. This is who is this over here?
Oh yeah, this is Baby Psalms right here.
That's the
Baby Psalms. Now, what does Psalms mean? Need some EBT cards? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Oh, no,
that little government cheese baby, that little waterhead baby.
Oh no, definitely not. No, sir.
All right. Well, listen. How behind in child support are you on?
Say it again. He was going crazy. Okay.
He was wilded out.
He wilded out. All right, but hey, listen. All right, so we back. All right, so yeah, man. So I know we was going through the tournament, going through the different games. You're talking about the defense, right? You know what I'm saying? How the defense was swarming, especially in the Southern game. That was a team that really shot the ball really well all throughout the season, especially from the three-point line. But they really didn't get any open jumpers. I remember I talked with Coach offline, and he was asking. He said, "Man, the Southern just not shoot well, or what was going on?" I was like, man, honestly, the defense was just swarming, man, all game. They really were just swarming, man.
And I think that's what it was, because if you notice, the closeout was so fast. And that was the difference, because I've seen in the past where we've kind of let teams get by with the three-point shot. And in this game, they just was not letting that happen, because Southern had showed earlier that they could hit that three-pointer. And so they made sure that they took the closeout, but then underneath, they would also make sure they made sure they boxed up the post player, because Southern's post guy is not that little. But, when he turned to try to do that little reverse thing he liked to do, somebody else was right there. And if he bounced the ball, it was a problem. So they really so when they shut that down because that's where early on Southern had some success with going to the paint and just getting by us. And I saw that we made an adjustment to bring an extra guy down whenever he made that turn. And if he didn't make that turn, they would pop back out on, one of the guys that's looking to shoot the jump shot. They had some mild success with the mid-range shot. And so they were getting pretty good with that one. So, but we were able to, they just made a lot of in-game adjustments that I think really helped slow the offense down.
Yeah, man. So I was trying to get Dante on this evening. I don't think he'll be able to join us, but man, he had obviously incredible run throughout the season.
Yeah.
Was also named to the All SWAC first team for the tournament, and I know he's excited. Man, heard them when they had the announcement of the NCAA first 4 game that they're going to be playing this Wednesday against Lehigh, and so they have a chance. They're going to be in that South region bracket. When we win that game, we're going to go take on Florida. But he definitely made the statement when he was kind of talking at the selection show earlier today, saying, "Man, we're not going just to play this game. You know what I'm saying? No. We're going to win. You know what I'm saying? We're going to win the game, not just simply to play the game." And so I'm super excited about that. Right? Super excited about them having a team and coming and saying, "Hey, we're trying to keep this thing going, keep this thing rolling." Because at the end of the day, listen, that's what March Madness is all about, right?
Yeah. And the playing game
is all about It's all about the Cinderellas,
right? And the playing game is not a negative thing because you get a check for advancing from that game.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, right? If you win and get to that first round game against Florida, you actually get 2 checks. So you get the check for the first round game. I already got a check. You know what I'm saying? But you get double check. And so, Coach Smith, listen, I know AD Golf is happy now because he getting the check coming into the program. You know what I'm saying? He getting the check coming into the program, man. And so at the end of the day, that's definitely what matters, man. Is him being able to get that win, for us being able to get some more funds into the program, be able to get some things done. Now talking about Valley not having NIL dollars, having more NIL dollars. Well, I already heard from a little birdie that there's going to be some NIL funds into the program. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we talking about where we at. We talk about now where we can go. We can definitely elevate from here, right, and go to a new level, go to the next level. Because we'll have some funds. We talk about some of those guys that we missed on in the past years because we didn't have some funds to use and to give. But now we have some funds in the coffer for that. Not just in the football program, but also for the basketball program as well, man. And so that's going to be big.
Yeah, that's going to be real big. Having something to work with.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. So, man, anybody got any thoughts, man? Anybody want to jump on before we get out of here and share again? I was trying to get my guy Dorian Waller on. Tried to get Dante Horn on, but I wasn't able to swing that this quick this evening. But yeah. Anybody else has anything they want to share? Hey, listen. Let me see.
Now, see, Lionel, if we had lost that game, you'd have about 1,500 callers on here, and all of them trying to get in.
Listen, they'll be deep, right? They'll be deep. You know what I'm saying? But they not deep because guess what? What they gonna say, Mr. Mickens? We the SWAC champion in volleyball, SWAC champion in football, SWAC champion in basketball. We about to be the SWAC champion in softball too, by the way, for sure. And listen, I ain't sleeping on baseball either, but I know softball. But I know softball. I know softball is about to handle business. They ready. They've been upset since last year, okay? And so they coming strong, they coming hard. Listen, let me super shout out softball and take my time because I ain't been on here in a minute. If y'all haven't known, if y'all haven't been paying attention, softball been going crazy in the out of conference, okay? Mm-hmm. So when I say they getting ready, they're not wasting no time. They're not playing with nobody. They went over to Louisiana took on Louisiana Raging Cajuns, got a dub over the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Sure
Played
did.
against U of H this year,
You got the
dub
dub.
against U of H.
Boy, they
Right?
was mad about that one. Woo!
Sam Houston State University,
Got the
dub
dub.
against Sam Houston State University, and they won other out of conference games too. Right? I'm just highlighting those schools because I know you know them, right? Because those are some bigger D1 programs. But I'm just trying to tell you, they're not playing. They've been beating quality opponents. I see legendary. Listen, they've been beating quality opponents. So when I say they're getting ready for SWAC, they're not worried about this little SWAC West. They're about to run through the SWAC West right now. They really ready for the tournament. They can put their foot down because they upset. They upset. It's, and sharks is in the water. And they not the bait, by the way. They the sharks. I'm just trying to let y'all know.
What you
They
say? They're
not
not
the
the one
bait.
that's bleeding. They the one doing the bleeding. They not the
They
one
not the
bleeding.
bait. They not the bait. They the sharks. Okay, Mr. Brass,
Yeah.
I got you in. What's going
Oh,
on?
there you go. Okay, say it. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Mr. Brass?
Hey everybody! Hey everybody! Can y'all hear me
His
fine?
audio a little low. Can he?
My audio's low.
Yeah,
Can you hear
audio's
me?
low.
Can you hear me better now?
Turn it up a little more.
It is all the way up. It might be I'm just not talking loud enough. My
Now
voice
go ahead.
is my
Yeah,
vo- yeah, my voice is out of there from the weekend. So I just came to tap in. I literally just got in home from the SWAC championship and saw the
that's right.
alert and was like, let me call y'all and call in, but I'm not here long. My voice is gone from screaming that
I hear it.
entire game.
I can hear
what a
it.
what a spirited game, man. I just want to come to show love and support. I know it's great watching it on TV, but let me tell you, being live in the stadium and watching us win that game and seeing all of the faithful fans, supporters of
Whoa,
Panthers.
whoa, whoa! Don't say that too loud because we gonna lose our reputation not going to games and stuff. So just skip over that
They
part.
gonna come
Skip
out the
over that part.
woodworks on you.
I don't want people to hear that. I still want to maintain our reputation of not showing up to nothing and not supporting. Okay, so I'm just saying, don't say it too loud. That picture you shared, I'm scared it's gonna get on the internet. People gonna see it over and over again.
Man, it was amazing, man. I mean, shout out to the PV alumni Atlanta chapter. It was amazing. They had pregame activities. We even tailgated in the parking lot, so we was out there ready before they was even ready to set up to open the stadium. We were out in the parking lot, had the tent, doing what we do as PV fans and supporters. And we all came into the stadium as one big conglomerate, and everybody was like, "Whoa, what's going on? Whoa!" We came in
Yeah,
with the energy. So I just wanted to just let y'all know, man, just some of the behind the scenes stuff. We all sat together. The section had massive energy. The band had massive energy. I even got selected to do the Home Depot.
P-Funk too.
What'd you say?
I said her P-Funk. We got no P-Funk start. You
Yeah.
got no trouble wherever we playing.
They played P Funk. The band was engaged. 80 Golf, shout out to him. He was highly engaged. Shout out to Dr. LeGrand. She was engaged on the sideline. I mean, it was everybody and anybody from Panther Nation was out there in heavy support. And we were hinging on every play, every rebound, every catch. I don't know if you can catch that on the television, but let me tell you, we were yelling and screaming. I know I was. Stay into the game. Stay focused. Cause we got a little cute around the end. We got a little
Yeah,
cute, and too much dribbling. And I think when you go up by 21 points, sometimes that is expected. But we were screaming the whole time because previously we just saw that same Southern team come back on FAMU.
exactly.
So I knew they had to. Oh yeah, yeah. Man, and that isn't even give. That's after the game later. That doesn't even give you the real indication of like who everybody was over on that side. We had that side filled up, and Panther purple and gold was heavy and thick. So I just want to
Atlanta chapter showed up. Shouts out
man.
to Atlanta chapter and president. You know, one thing he does do right outside of, supporting the wrong NFL team, but one thing he does do right is make sure that Atlanta chapter always got it popping, man, and is always involved.
Yeah,
Anything
they
that's
are
touching
always
close
involved.
to Atlanta, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let alone in Atlanta, but anything even touching, right? Alabama or North Carolina or Georgia.
Oh, they there. Yeah.
They get it in, right? You know what I'm saying? And so shouts out to all those, I'm saying, in the Atlanta chapter and what they got going on, man. But yeah, it was beautiful, man. I wish I didn't get the picture of you with the trophy. I wish I'd have had it pulled up so that way I could show that one though. But at the end of the day, man, listen, we taking pictures with trophies. Coach Jackson told us we was gonna be taking pictures with trophies. We just thought it was only gonna be the football trophy, right? But now we realizing it's more than the football trophy, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, one thing I did want to show too, because see, we got some alum who are diehard. We have other alum who really scared to represent what they know is the best experience that they done had probably ever in college.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I just wanna say, don't be scared of acknowledging what is the best, right? And so we know somebody that lies all the time. I mean, he lies so much. I mean, he known by lying, right? Lying out, right? You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say everything. You ain't gotta lie no more, brother. You ain't gotta lie no more. Just go ahead and do what you know what's in your heart. You know what school you really want to represent. And we got multiple pictures of you representing that school, even though you're supposed to be a Southern guy. Supposed to be a Southern guy. But you're rocking the purple and gold because you know that degree is the one that's propelling you right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, hey, listen, I just want to say he's a representation of all y'all others who done went somewhere, but also done came to the great and illustrious Prairie University to elevate your career, to elevate your stature, because you know that degree stands for something. Okay? So, for all y'all alum out there who's scared to represent the real, don't be scared no more. Let Line Al be your example. All right, that'll be your example. But Mr. Brash, man, I want to give you the floor one last time, man. Before you got out. Oh, okay, you go ahead and go. But yeah, man. So I just wanted to say, shouts out to all those who went out there, Mr. Mickens. We can feel it, right? And even those at the watch party in Houston, man, it was thick. It was thick at the Houston watch party.
I couldn't make the watch party. I sure wanted to go.
All right, man. Listen, it was good, man. We got, I see that they got it in, man. And so we're gonna have to put it at another watch party because the softball girls about to be in the championship too. So I'm just letting y'all know. Right?
Oh, yeah, they definitely are.
Baseball, we ain't sleeping on them. And where I know track and field, the women are definitely mad because they ain't get the result they want in the indoor. So outdoor about to be crazy. So when you talk about banner, it's already a banner year, but we're not even done yet. The only time we ain't gonna win championships is in the summer because ain't no games played. So with that said, man, spring ball is coming up. It actually starts this upcoming week. And I just want to say, we ain't hearing about nobody's spring practices. Have y'all heard about anybody's spring practices so far? There's teams that have started spring ball. I just want to say that. So now when we say Prairie been pushing the narrative, we really the school that's been the one that's pushing the stuff out here, all right? All these other schools is nothing. They done fell behind. It's us. We pushing the narrative. Because when we start spring ball, I bet you're going to start hearing people talk about spring football.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Because we push the narrative. And the reason we're able to push the narrative, because we got the blueprint. That's all I'm trying to say. We got the blueprint. Nobody else got it. We got the blueprint, okay? So with that said, man, hey, we appreciate y'all for jumping on. Mr. Mickens, any last words you got for the people?
I'm upset with Coach Smith because thanks to him, I didn't get any SWAC Saturday podcast. No sipping with what's his name?
No sipping with what's the name?
Just
sipping with the Jacksonian. It should be called sipping with the Jacksonian. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sipping with the Jacksonian. Because that's exactly what it is.
The only one ain't scared is
they over there right now making up lies. They over there making up lies. right now. Zoe trying to figure out if he can find a defense because Jackson ain't got no defense in football nor basketball. They ain't got no best defense.
No.
Prairie got the best. Prairie got the best defense in football, and we got the best defense in basketball. That's why we won championship in both schools.
And we got King Smith right there. There you go. Where he at? We got King Smith. Hey, don't y'all joke me. That's before they had AI when I made that picture.
I'm just saying, can these SWAC schools get better? Can any of these SWAC schools elevate? Maybe we go. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to go. We probably gonna have to go to the Office Depot and make some copies of the blueprint we got and give other SWAC schools some pieces of the blueprint. We ain't gonna give them everything. Give them some pieces so we at least got some competition out here. Ain't no competition out here. Y'all just sorry. Y'all hard.
We're gonna have to make it.
Terrible.
Give it to
Terrible. And we're gonna have to make
them
something. We're gonna have to make some pieces of the blueprint, man. Because see, the thing is, they ego too big to go get the blueprint. They ego too big to go get the blueprint. They ego too big to go and say, "Hey, man, AD Golf, I see you moving and shaking. So how you moving and shaking? So we can move and shake like you move and shake." The Prairie View is that. Prairie View is that. Prairie View is SWAC. Prairie View is SWAC.
Who is SWAC?
We SWAC. We SWAC.
Hey.
Ain't nobody else SWAC. We SWAC. They just late to the. I mean, I ain't seen no Golden Helm review. I mean, what's gold except our championship trophies? I mean, I ain't seen no Golden Helm review.
Oh yeah, where's Golden Helm?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't seen no HBC Overdrive. You know what I mean? Troy the only one holding it down. It's because he had no fam. You ain't winning nothing. See, like I might as well podcast anyway.
Doc Holiday hanging in there. I'll give Doc that one.
Oh man, I ain't seen nothing but sipping with the Jacksonians. That's it. Lying with the Jacksonians. Lying with the Jacksonians. That's what I'm calling it. Lying. Just lying. Lying. Trying to make up some. And listen, even that show, they can't even do no show without T-Jack, without Prairie View, because guess what? Prairie View ain't even on the list of stuff they supposed to talk about. And they still talking about people. You know why? Because we move the needle. They can say what they want to say.
We catch a stray. We wasn't even there. We catch a stray.
We move the needle. Us, PV.
Hey Lionel, we get trolled by coaches that we don't even play in football.
Oh
man,
man,
don't play that team this. Well, we're not gonna go there. That's gonna end up being another. We're gonna be here on another hour. Don't even let me say that. My bad. I take it back.
Listen.
I take it back.
Hey, Lionel and the Jackson lies. That's hilarious. That's line with the Jacksonians. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even sipping. Line with the Jacksonians. You know what I'm saying? They not even sipping. They drinking. The way they lying, they got to be drinking. It's full on drinking with the Jacksonians. Not even sipping. Okay.
Full on drinking.
All right. Full on drinking. Ain't even sipping. But listen, man, we appreciate all for jumping on. It's been a minute, been a while, but ain't nothing can bring me out like a championship. All right. So I had to come jump on and just remind y'all. We started this company. We are founding fathers of this conference. We're the founding fathers, and we waited a while. We watched y'all go crazy. We had to put y'all back in y'all place. Guess where y'all gonna stay for a while? Where y'all gonna stay for a while? I'm gonna stay here for a while. Don't take nothing back. We don't play them folks and won't see them in the ship either because they won't be there. That's right. That's facts.
See, I wasn't gonna say that. It's Jared's fault.
Listen, we appreciate all y'all for jumping on. If y'all want a piece of the blueprint, man, listen, just reach out. All y'all gotta do is call AD Golf, call T-Jack, call Byron Smith, call Dottie Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Call Coach Lane, call Coach Bland. Y'all want to call Coach Doolin. Like if y'all want a piece of the blueprint. Call us, man. We not no hoarders like that. We no gatekeepers like that. We gonna help you out. We want competition. And get some of this blueprint, man.
SWAC can quit being down. The whole SWAC.
I gotta go show my daughter the blueprint. So I'll holler at y'all later, man. Till next time.
Peace.
You go. Peace.